what was going through your head when you picked up like the first like board, brush, whatever?
Right. So I had to take one more course to graduate. So I was like, okay, I'll take arts. I preferred it to like the other option. I don't even know what the other option was. So I took arts, and then I think it was the teaching that really. So the teacher really matters, man. It was like the teaching was different. It wasn't like this is a course you have to do. It was like, it was a whole world of like creation, and this is what other people, professional artists, are doing. This is how to think about.
So it wasn't
art.
systemic. It wasn't like
she was very enthusiastic because she was an artist herself.
I see.
So I forget her name now, which is sad, but that was because I had always been drawing, but like I never thought of it as anything. Right? I was just like, okay, I draw. I never even drew in Great Lakes much. But in that course, I started doing it more, and I realized like, okay, this is actually good for me in a way, or I'm interested in it, right? So over the course of uni, I would like practice and just like try to paint. But it wasn't until like, how I said uni was a big distraction, and then uni was ending, and then the distraction is going, and then you're stuck with yourself.
Yeah.
So art started to become like a therapy in a way, like, because when you're with yourself, like you're thinking a lot, and then how I thought about all of it, or how I dissected all of those was art. So it was like, being in uni, dealing with like, you can't pay for fees, you're trying to finish school, sexuality, all of that. So it's like, art was like, that was when it started to take shape as like, okay, this is, I'm spending more time here. It's more spiritual than just practice. And I had spent the last 4 years practicing, so it was good. Instagram has really like come through in a few different ways, because like art, I think now I understand a bit more about the art industry. I think in those years I was very naive, right? Like, which was a good thing, because when you're naive, you don't care about, or you don't even know the
pitfalls.
Yeah, exactly.
You're more pure.
You don't know the right thing to do, so you don't really care. You just do whatever you want to do. So I was very naive, which was a very good thing. And, I would just, like, I wasn't thinking about things systemically. I wasn't thinking about strategy. I was just like drawing and posting, which is a freedom that's like, I hope, like I try not to lose. But yeah, Instagram, a few people started seeing my work, and then I sold my first piece. Who did I sell my first piece? I think it was a print.
And what were you painting, or like when did you go from? Had you gone from iPad to like canvas?
Right. So I started on iPad. So I was doing a lot of digital stuff.
And I saw you were posting on Instagram.
That's what I was posting on Instagram.
Okay.
But on the back end, I have a lot of like bad paintings that I was just and never see the light of day. But on the back end, I was practicing. I was trying to. Basically, my goal was to paint what I did on my iPad. But I didn't know how to yet. So I was like trying to figure out stuff to do. So a lot of learning and stuff. But at some point, I started posting my actual physical stuff. And then now I don't even post like digital work anymore, which is great. But the digital part is still part of my process. But yeah, somewhere along the line, I think I sold my first prints. And then when I started becoming more confident with like the stuff I painted, I posted that too. And then, something sells here, something sells there. And then all of a sudden you're in a profession. I like
that. Something sells, that's like a quote, right? Something sells there, all of a sudden you're in a profession.
All of a sudden now you're in business.
Get that on a t-shirt.